heavyweight title challenger Kai Kara-France, training out of City Kickboxing in Auckland, New Zealand. And if you're looking for a lens into how good a man and fighter this guy is, look no further than the interactions he has with his teammates and how much they care about him and how much he has helped the elite fighters like Alexander Volkanovski and Israel Adesanya realize UFC success. All of that being said, they believe eventually Kara-France is going to be the guy with 12 pounds of UFC gold wrapped around his waist. Outstanding power, underrated grappling. Tonight, though, he believes that his hands are going to do all of the necessary talking against this particular opponent. And the undisputed UFC flyweight champion, Alexandre Pantoja. Pro debut at 17 years of age in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Finally breaks through to win the undisputed UFC title at 33 years of age. He is as watchable and as well-rounded as any fighter in the sport. And in advance of his first title defense in our fighter meeting, he said, now the focus is getting my pound-for-pound due. I know I'm the best flyweight in the world. I'm out to prove that again tonight. But I want to show the masses that I can be the pound-for-pound king, and he might just be that guy. Well, so much UFC history has played out here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Plenty more where that came from tonight. The athletes are ready to go. All right, let's get you the tail of the tape for this flyweight championship fight. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC flyweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Kai Kara-France. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC flyweight champion of the world, Alexandre "The Cannonball" Pantoja.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one.
Ready. Good.
All right, here's the Brazilian flyweight contender, Alexandre Pantoja. Somewhat remarkable, given all that he has accomplished, that he hasn't fought for the UFC title just yet. But he believes if he can get a win and ideally a finish in what is a very challenging matchup here tonight, he will make himself undeniable as far as the UFC is concerned. First order of business, this significant challenge here tonight. Well-placed kick there by Kara-France. So the kickboxer able to stay on his feet, at least for now. This is where he wants the fight, and you got to think stuff in the first shot's going to give him some confidence.
It's got to give him a ton of confidence. He said that he would be able to defend takedowns. He said that he was going to put it on this guy. But that was the first test. He's passed. Now let's see if he can continue to defend takedowns as they come in his direction.
Well, it didn't take him long to get a good read on his opponent. Another good series of kicks there.
He thought the kicks would be the key tonight, and they sure have been.
Pantoja gets lit up by that straight punch.
Trading huge shots. Let's see who's going to be the last man standing.
Big power shot there.
Oh, he's in a lot of trouble. Oh, my goodness.
Very nice leg kick there by Kara-France. Man, has his chin been tested early. Just over 2 minutes to go in what has been a furious round one. Oh, huge right hand.
Great defense. That punch had no chance.
Oh, that's just over the top, and now his opponent in a world of trouble.
Beautiful lateral change. Make him think you're going low and you come right over the top with that beautiful overhand. Great punch.
He rocked him pretty good.
There it is again. Look at that.
Beautiful technique on the straight right hand. Under a minute now to go in the round. And he switches to southpaw. Pantoja's cut above the eye now from that strike, so we'll see how the fighter deals with that definite adversity now. Oh, that's a good lead left. And both fighters exchange in the pocket. Final seconds here. Looking to land the leg kick now. Horns out for the end of round one. All right, so that round is in the books. Pantoja's bleeding pretty bad from the forehead here. Hopefully the cut man can nip that in the bud and make sure that that blood doesn't trickle down into his eyes as the next round begins. All right, so a big knockdown for him courtesy of that punch in that round. DC, here's your replay.
Big moment in the previous round. They were both fighting very well, but when he landed this punch right here that sits his opponent down, it showed that the power is not equal, and if he can land, he does have the ability to damage him.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Second round underway.
Look at the whip action that comes from him throwing that kick.
France gets tattooed by that straight punch. Big, huge shot finds the target there.
Great shot lands. Now he's got to go find that follow-up attempt. The kill shot is what they call it to go and end the fight. Get the mount here. Oh, nice right hand by the champ, yeah. This is where he wants to be.
Oh, now looking to posture up, and he lands a big head strike. Nicely done there by Pantoja. These ground strikes are starting to add up. Well, doing his able best to avoid the ground and pound here. Nice job by France. Under 3 minutes here to go, round two. If you're the bottom fighter, DC, what do?
You got to move, you got to shrimp, you got to get off on a hip to try to move your opponent off of you or pull him down to close the space. Big ground and pound.
Pantoja's back in half guard. Oh, you gotta love the ground and pound strikes here.
Another strike gets through from the top position.
All right, he's got side control here, DC. You know, he's got a lot of different submissions in his arsenal once this fight gets to the ground. All right, right into side control, upper body strength figures. Pantoja's looking for that arm triangle. Oh, that arm triangle's wicked tight.
He's starting to get it in very deep. Oh, wow,
submission defense on full display there.
He said that he was very aware of what this guy brought to the octagon, and it showed in that defense. Now he's going full mount. He's trying to get to a half guard at least, at minimum. Try to go to half guard.
Oh, reverses the position there. Nice transition by Pantoja. Working out of the half guard here. And busy as he looks to improve position here. Pantoja's right back to the full mount. Well, he grounded him, and now he's trying to pound him out. Great ground strikes here. All right, that's the end of round number 2. All right, there's the horn. What a round it was, DC. And, of course, the seminal moment, that big knockdown that nearly got his opponent out of there for good.
Almost finished the fight, but now he needs to reset, right? Don't rush. Go back out into the next round and just try to find that shot again. If he rushes, if he overexerts himself, he will run out of energy and put himself at risk of losing the fight.
All right, so his legendary chin holds up despite getting knocked down in that previous round. DC, take us through the highlight.
He's as tough as they come. There has not been a guy that can take shots like this. Most times the night would be over, and gladly over after you take a shot like this. But this man's just too tough. Some people say he's too tough for his own good. He would not agree with you. He wants to fight.
Here we go, third round of this championship fight. High Kata France gets hit with that stiff jab there.
Oh, he lands another shot to the head.
So he's really starting to put together some significant body shots here. These are going to take their toll as this fight goes on.
Hands higher, hands higher.
Throwing that jab now again, the fighter evades.
Let's go, more, that's working.
He did a great job of blocking that punch.
Lead kick is true there by Kata France. To the head. Well, the calf kick's all the rage, but he's not discriminating, attacking the thigh pretty effectively.
Yeah, we have seen that time and time again. Start mixed martial arts, people throw leg kicks. Right now, you can see him digging his shin into this guy's thigh.
Just over 3 minutes to go.
Lands a nice leg kick. Doing a really good job of throwing those leg kicks.
Well, it's all pace and pressure down the stretch. He is really lighting him up now. So we have crossed the midpoint in this one. Oh, tags him with the straight. Nice job there by Kata France. Straight right is there. Kata France has got a big bruise starting to form on the right side of his body. Strong defense here. Oh, that is as good as it gets on the feet. His opponent in a lot of trouble now.
That was Cain Velasquez's punch of choice. Every time he landed that overhand right, he hurt people bad. And this guy has his opponent hurt very badly again.
Well, it seems like there has been an opening for that overhand all night long. Let's see if he goes back to it here. Big shots raining down. Lands with the ground and pound.
Another ground and pound strike lands for this man. Very active off of his back. Lands a beautiful strike from the bottom.
Kata France is in half guard. All right, that's 3 rounds in the books. We are headed to the championship rounds. Heading back to the corner now after a competitive round. And Pantoja's corner has some work to do. They're going to take a look at that lip. Hopefully the cut man can do his thing and just make sure that it doesn't continue to bleed and provide further adversity for him in this fight. All right, so there's the horn signifying the end of the round. We had a knockdown there, but not a knockout.
No, it wasn't a knockout, but you can't take those shots. That big punch landed, and it sat him down. If he gets hit with another one of those, it might be good night, Irene.
You ready to fight? Ready.
4th round now, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, fourth round is now underway as we get to the championship rounds. What is a fighter's mindset when you get to this 16th minute of the fight?
This is when you understand that nothing is ever going to be harder. This is the hardest round in fighting. This is going to really test your will and your desire to become champion.
On that punch right there, his opponent's compromised, DC.
It's one thing to land a hard shot. It's another thing completely to land a perfect shot. And that was a perfect shot.
All right, so that opened up a cut around his eye area.
He hasn't moved his head well. He was taking shots too clean, and now a cut has opened up.
Back and forth we go. Well, he continues to land a high number of strikes here, just like he did in the previous round. This is a world-class display of striking here tonight. Well, good dexterity and movement here on the ground to avoid any further damage, courtesy of that ground and pound. Nice job off of his back by Pantoja. Inside the closed guard now.
I mean, he went right into his full guard. What does he do to try to advance himself to give him more of an advantage on the mat? That was nice. There it is. Now he's on the mount. He should be trying to get back to his feet.
Well, he's on his back, but he's moving his head on the ground pretty well defensively.
Yes, smart adjustment. Yep.
Catafrance is back in full mount. Oh, big combination of ground and pound strikes here, DC. This could be the beginning of the end.
I mean, you got to be very careful when you take these big ground and pound strikes. You need a controlled posture on the bottom. And if you're the top guy, the guy that's looking to finish, continue to gain posture and rain down big strikes on your opponent. Oh, high elbow guillotine.
Oh, it's getting deep now, DC.
Dude's got a fight on his hands now. Looking for the guillotine lock right now, and it looks like it's in.
Oh, how good is that as he gets out?
That is great submission defense, keeping everything short and not allowing his opponent to get the submission victory.
Good, solid strike on the ground. Well, defense doesn't always win championships in MMA, but how about the submission defense tonight, thwarting one attempt after the next?
Yeah, and the fact that he's just constantly under attack tells you he was very prepared for the type of fighter that he was in front of. He knew there would be some submissions coming his way. He was ready to defend them, and he has done that beautifully.
Pantoja's back in full mount.
Great submission defense.
And there's the buzzer indicating the end of round 4. All right, so the round is over, but not before damage was done. Cut on the cheek, sustained in that round. Cut man in there quickly as usual to try to seal it up. All right, let us show you all that was done in terms of the damage in that previous round. He has got a huge gash on his cheek.
I mean, there was that shot right there. That one landed and opened him up. What a nasty combination thrown by his opponent. But this cut now is another issue to deal with. He's got one of the best fighters in front of him, and he's dealing with this cut on the cheek.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Fifth and final round. Oh, a nice straight there by Pantoja. Throws a big right hand, but doesn't find its home.
Great block there.
Stuffs the takedown, no problem. All right, now a little separation between the two fighters. Just misses with the jab there. All right, so I don't have to tell the viewers the bruising on that thigh is getting more. Somehow, his opponent stayed upright.
I mean, he's still on his feet, but he's not up by much. Oh!
Oh, there's a takedown attempt. Well, you got to think he might be trying to set up that overhand again. He's found a home for it all night long. Let's see if that holds true. Nice jab from Catafrance.
He does everything so well, and he's so calm. He's so calm in the face of such a big spot.
Certainly a strong front runner for fight of the night as we go down to the wire here between these two combatants.
They're both so skilled. They're both so prepared. We knew right away this is going to be a very evenly matched competition.
All right, side control now. A lot of top pressure being applied here. Trying to set up a choke here.
Oh, it's getting tight.
Looks like maybe he's going to be in real trouble now.
He will not stop fighting. It looks like he's getting close to his arm triangle. All he's got to do now is isolate the arm, get his head down to the mat, and squeeze, and his opponent will have no choice but to tap. Look at him fighting. He's not going to quit on his submission attempt. Big-time arm triangle situation here. He's very close to finding the finish, but he's got to take his time.
Oh, he got out! This is some exhausting work, man.
I mean, it is so tiring to be fighting in this way. So much wrestling, so much grappling, expending all this energy trying to hold the guy down. I mean, no takedown is not fought. No reversal is not fought. Everything they're doing is fought to the very last minute before it gets given up.
Might be a submission attempt here, champ.
I mean, you cannot sit in a full guard. When you sit in the full guard, you give these guys so many opportunities. Got his guard pass. Oh, right into mount. Ref won't help you here.
What a fight! 25 minutes turned in. All right, so will it be and still or and new? As competitive a title fight as we've had in recent memory. Slight lean for me to the champion, but I can see it going either way.
And still, J.A., and still. Because in those key moments, in those big spots, the champion was the one that led the engagements. The champion was the one that led the dance. And I think that's enough to keep the belt around his waist.
All right, the official decision is now in. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. For the winner by split decision, and still the undisputed UFC flyweight champion of the world, Alexandre the Cannibal Pantoja.
All right, so there he is, the still UFC flyweight champion of the world.